So a common argument we hear with people with puppies with parvovirus is, I can't afford the vaccinations. Now, in that circumstance, this really is one of those ones where vaccination is part of owning a dog, and if you can't afford vaccination, then you really can't afford to have a dog. That being said, we do understand that people's circumstances change, so they may have been financial when they've got the dog and then become unfinancial. So let's really look at what can be done if you just really can't afford to follow the ideal vaccination protocol. So for puppies, the most important vaccine that they get is the 14 to 16 week vaccine. So although they will be at risk up until that point, that single vaccination will cover them through for the next 12 months. So if you can only afford one puppy vaccination, and this is not ideal, you should get the 3 if you can. But if you can only afford the one, the 14 to 16 week vaccine is the one to get. Now, while waiting for that vaccine and for 2 weeks after the vaccination, you need to be keeping your dog isolated. So you need to be keeping it at your house, not getting other dogs around, minimising the number of visitors to the house. You really need to be protecting your dog. Now, once your dog is an adult, so over 12 months of age, a single vaccination is going to cover your dog for 3 years. So what I would recommend is making sure your vet uses a 3-year vaccine, and that way they might be slightly more expensive. We actually charge the same for the 3-year vaccines as we do for the annual ones, because the cost of the vaccine, it is more expensive for the 3-year one, but we don't want to be making a financial decision for clients having to potentially over-vaccinate the dogs because they're trying to save money. So we make it the same price for the 3-year vaccine, and that basically means that you only have to vaccinate your dog every 3 years, which will work out cheaper in the long run as well. So that's really the long and short of it. You really do need to be vaccinating your dog, but if you can only afford one puppy vaccination, it's the 14 to 16 week one, and then for the adults, making sure you're using the 3-year vaccines. Now, the cost of euthanizing a dog with parvo is actually more than the vaccine, so you really do need to find a way to pay for at least one vaccine for your dog, because it will cost you more in the long run. And treating a case of parvo, if we were to go down the full treatment path, you're looking at probably $3,000 to $5,000, and it can go up from there. So it is a bit of an economic argument as well. You are better off, and it is cheaper to euthanize your dog than to have to deal with the consequences of parvo.